Hey everyone, and today we're going to go over the one for all nerf and what it actually means. So, unlike some sources are claiming, one for all does actually work on the server right now. It is live, and the changes are actually taking place. So, one way I can prove this is I have two Daedalus axes, one with just one for all, and one with sharpness 7. They both have otherwise around the same thing. And what actually happens, because I have pretty low combat level, is that my one for all Daedalus axe, you can see it's doing like pretty much 200k, 190 to 200k a hit, does more damage than one with sharpness 7. So the sharpness 7 one does 160k versus the 200k that the one for all one does. So one for all does actually work, and it just isn't as good as it used to be. Now, what this means, this is an amazing post by Tony G8, does great forums content. I like doing some posts as well on the forums, but this is one he did on this post. Very thankful for it. What he's come to conclude with it, though, is how it works is for early game, it's a 36% damage decrease. Late game, it's 53, and end game, 55. But it means in relation to actual enchants, for early game or mid game, one for all is better for DPS, which is, true. I do more damage with one for all. And for late game, it does around the same DPS as tier 6 enchants, but tier 7s are better, which is actually how it should be. One for all shouldn't be you just slap a single enchant for 20 mil on your sword, and it's better than Sharpness 7, Giant Killer 7, Ender Slayer 7, like everything combined. So it's pretty much balanced correctly. It's a shame it doesn't work correctly for early game or mid game, but they had to balance it for one aspect of the game mostly, and it's good that end game was one they chose, because that's where the main problems are. Those are the people that actually care that there was a damage change, is later in the game. So yeah, one for all still good. It's still as good as tier 6 enchants, and it costs way less. I mean, you're thinking it's like 200 mil for a maxed out tier 7 sword, like just for the enchants, versus 20 mil for one for all, if not less, because it's dropped in price. So it has its place in the game. It just isn't the best anymore. Other things to point out for this update is how you can make money off of this. Well, everything's kind of everyone has panic sold stuff. So we can go over the changes again very quickly. Jellyfish got reworked. Got Baby Yeti was nerfed by half. Turtle is pretty much the same. They added a fourth perk, but it doesn't really do anything. One for all obviously was nerfed. And Skathis can be upgraded with Cat. But what this means is prices have crashed for stuff like giant swords and all that. But the sword isn't any worse. It's just the enchant. So really they shouldn't have gone down much in price at all. One for all itself should have gone down. So if one for all used to be worth 20 mil and a giant sword was 200 mil, so it used to be worth 220 mil for a giant sword with one for all on it, now it's worth 210 mil. But instead, even plain giant swords have crashed in price. So if you want to make money off of it, items that I recommend investing in right now for both the Nether update, because I expect that to be sooner now that they've actually published some changes, is, well, obviously you can do giant swords. They've dropped a ton. One for all items just in general. One for all books are still good. Just be careful with them. Don't pay too much still. Other items that actually are really good to invest in, I can go to the hub here. My game stops completely lagging. Go to the hub. Actually, no, that starts working good. All right. Items that are good to invest in right now that haven't had any spikes lately. Coal, still doing good. Potential for another update. Gold, honestly, it's been stable for a while. I expect that to go up. Redstone, lapis, glowstone, and gas tiers. Enchanted gas tiers are very likely to be used and probably going to go up. Same with enchanted slime blocks. So yeah, I expect those all to do pretty well for the update. I think my favorite item right now, if you want to make money, is both cheese for Derpy. It's hard to buy a ton of this though. And my main one is catalysts. I love catalysts right now. I think they're the safest, best investment you could do. Maybe it's not as high returns as Blaze Pets will be, or some niche item for the Nether update, but it's guaranteed you'll make a ton of money if you wait the 3 months until Derpy, which is a while, but it'll make you a lot of money. So you'll basically double your money. So yeah, catalysts are pretty good, and then everything else I mentioned. But I hope this clears up that One for All does actually work on the alpha network. Like some people are saying it doesn't. It does. It's better than Sharpness 7 for me, so that proves it actually does work. Just isn't nearly as good as it used to be. So yeah, thanks for watching. And go check out Tony G8's post to see the damage changes yourself.